Cyberbullying, stalking, and sexting may not be the biggest online risks for young people. A new book says the greatest danger is the pressure to always appear happy. Joining us now is Donna Freitas, author of The Happiness Effect: How Social Media is Driving a Generation to Appear Perfect at Any Cost. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
You say young adults do not want to share vulnerabilities, their fears, or their anxiety, unhappiness. They are just concerned with posts that make them look like they're happy. Is this harmful?
What's really complicated about all of the young people in our lives who are learning, largely from us, that they need to be really careful about anything they say attached to their names online, which is true, of course. It is good advice, but part of what's happening is they're learning to post all their successes, only positive things, showing themselves as perfect and happy all the time. However, they don't feel that way all the time. And then part of what else is hard is when they go online, which is often, that's all they see from their friends.
And they have FOMO, which is fear of missing out. In your survey, you found that only 25% of college students openly shared religious views online. But you said those 25% are fascinating. Why?
Well, so the ones who do share often use social media as a way to evangelize. And so they are excited to tell other people about their faith. And some of the most interesting students I interviewed were the students who were Orthodox Jews or the students who identified as Muslim. I had one young woman who was Muslim, and she had all of her privacy settings arranged so that only the women who were her Facebook friends could see all of her pictures that showed her hair, so without her headscarf.
And that men couldn't see it, right? Because they're not allowed to. I read that.
But she really loved her hair, and she wanted to show
it off to the girls, right? One of them said that it was a playful tool for religious expression. You interviewed a student named Jennifer whose faith says she's really important to her, and she wanted to reassure you that the Lord works in mysterious ways, even if it's through Mark Zuckerberg. And she believes that social media wasn't created to glorify God, but it doesn't really matter. She says, I don't think, because God can use anything. Does social media help glorify God?
Well, that particular young woman, she actually said God uses Facebook. And I remember thinking that's kind of an amazing statement. And I mean, there were differing opinions about this. There were students who really felt like, God would use anything. And so of course, God would use Facebook as a means to reach people, as a means to communicate, or communicate through Facebook's users or the users of social media. But there were other students who also felt like social media really gets in the way of your relationship with God because it's like a false idol.
That's so true. Donna Freitas, this is a fascinating book, The Happiness Effect, with all of these smiley emojis, and then this one little tiny one that's crying in the bottom. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.